Good afternoon and welcome to Shawn Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you on the Tiger Sports Network as we're ready for MCC baseball as they welcome the Tritons of Iowa Central. The Tritons come in at 26 and 16, MCC at 16 and 25. Here is the starting lineup for the Tritons. The leadoff hitter will be Austin Halligan in left field. Franklin Diaz is the first baseman. Steven Calderon is the right fielder hitting third. Junior Aracena is in the cleanup spot. He's at third base. Felix Martinez is the number 5 hitter in center field. Jared Rinkin is the designated hitter. He'll hit sixth. Dylan Gassner is the catcher hitting seventh. Nolan Monti is the second baseman hitting eighth. And Rodney Rodriguez is the shortstop hitting ninth. For the Tigers on the mound is Greg Glass. He's got a 2-0 record with a 7.50 ERA, 1 start, 6 appearances. He's pitched 12 innings, 12 hits, 11 runs, 10 strikeouts, and 7 walks. In the outfield for the Tigers in left field is Adam Barrett, center field Caleb Hanks, and right field Diogen Ceballos. Over at third base is Luis Duran. Jose Mieses is the shortstop. John Magnuson, the second baseman, and Brock Hopwood is the first baseman. And Tony Salato is behind the plate. So Halligan will lead it off for the Tritons as he misses inside 2-0. The wind's blowing out to left field just a little bit. As Glass falls behind at 2 balls, no strikes. That's on the inside corner for strike one. A 2-1 count. Halligan in 69 at-bats has 15 hits. 217 average, 461 on-base percentage, and he's way ahead in the count at 3-1. He's walked 16 times, struck out 19. He is a guy that will walk. Here's the 3-1 delivery, swinging and grounds it down foul past his first base coach. 3-2 count now. The opening batter of the game. It's the Tigers in their gold tops here today. Driven to left field. Back goes Barrett. Carrying is still going back. He'll make the catch, and that's one away. So Barrett makes the catch in left field, and that'll bring up Franklin Diaz, a 286 hitter. He's hit 5 home runs and driven in 32. Played in 39 games for the Tritons. Over at first base for Iowa Central today. Mieses moves over just a touch, and that will miss outside a ball. This is Glass's only second start. He's got a 2-0 record. 7.50 ERA. He falls behind here 1-0. That'll miss away 2-0. In the first inning over the weekend, MCC gave up some runs to Southwestern. That's kind of been a problem for the pitching, giving up runs early. So Glass trying to avoid that here today. As Diaz way ahead in the count at 2-0. Got to be careful. Power hitter, 5 home runs. Iowa Central as a team has hit 29 home runs on the year. And the 2-0 delivery. And that'll just miss off the outside corner, 3-0. So he's gone 3 balls to the first 2 hitters. Came back to get Halligan to fly out. Now he's 3-0 on Diaz. And he swings at a 3-0 pitch, a breaking ball away. He swings through it for strike one. He must have thought he was getting a fastball there. He definitely had the green light on the 3-0. Now 3 balls and 1 strike. He'll probably be looking for that same fastball. And Glass a long look in, and Diaz will call time. On deck, Steven Calderon. He's hitting .336 with 7 home runs. Popped up, right side. It looks like Hopwood's got a play in foul territory. He will, and there's 2 away. 2 up, 2 down for Greg Glass. And that'll bring up Steven Calderon. 23 extra base hits on the season for him. He has struck out 39 times, so he is maybe a little bit of a free swinger. But he's got some power with 7 home runs. There's a good pitch on the outside corner. Glass ahead at 0-1. Calderon, the best average hitter for Iowa Central, and he's behind in the count at 0-2. So Glass, a couple good breaking balls. Now way ahead of Calderon. See what he does here. See where Salado wants it. Looks like he's going to go away, and he'll miss away. Sometimes it's not a bad thing to miss out of the strike zone. It's when you miss in the strike zone where you can really get hurt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it's line foul, straight back. We'll stay 1-2. That pitch was on the outer half. He just got the end of the bat to it. Fouled it off. Calderon has 47 hits and 140 at bats. And the 1-2 coming here from Greg Glass, trying to get through the perfect first. And he'll just miss away. And a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They've stayed away for the most part from Calderon's power. Now looks like they're coming in. He swings and misses and strikes out. The Aces hitting .333 coming into today. And the Tritons will play in on him as Aracena all the way in. A few steps onto the grass. Salado on deck as they'll take away ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. As Mieses takes a strike. 2-1 here on Mieses. The freshman infielder has 42 hits. And he takes another strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Iowa Central at 1-2-3 in their half. Now Mieses facing a 2-2. Drives it back through the middle for a base hit. A leadoff single for Mieses, and that'll bring up Tony Salado. A look at the defense for Iowa Central. In left field, Austin Halligan. The center fielder is Felix Martinez. Right field, Steven Calderon. The third baseman is Junior Aracena. Rodney Rodriguez is the shortstop. Nolan Monti is the second baseman. Franklin Diaz the first baseman. And behind the plate is Dylan Gassner. Salado will stand in, and he takes inside for a ball. Tony's average up to .346. As a pickoff attempt on Mieses, he's able to get back. Jose's now got 10 stolen bases and 12 attempts. He's been caught twice. Grinnell checks him, now throws it over again. Mieses back safely. Salado handles the bat well. Would the Tigers put on a hit and run here? Mieses not going, and he hits the inside corner for a strike. Pretty good fastball from Grinnell. And the count is even at 1-1. Now another throw over. It's the third time he's thrown over. And Mieses has gotten back every time. Now throw it again. He's back safely. 1 ball, 1 strike. Grinnell paying a lot of attention. Sometimes when you do that, there goes Mieses. It's an outside pitch. The throw is on there, but the tag is a little late. Pretty good throw by the catcher, Gassner. Mieses in with his 11th stolen base of the season. Now getting closer to Jalen Horton, who's got 16 to lead the Tigers. That's MCC's 50th stolen base. That was a strike, so 2-1 count. Salato flies it to right field. Long run over. Looks like he's going to have a play, but he dropped it. Calderon was right there to make the catch. I think he was thinking about the throw. Saw him warming up in practice. He's got quite the cannon. As Salato flew to right. Looked like Calderon was going to make the catch, but I think he was thinking about the throw and just dropped it. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to get Mieses to third base with less than 2 outs here. Duran in the on-deck circle. Here comes the pitch. That breaking ball will stay up, and the count is full at 3-2. So Salato making Grinnell work here in the first inning. Mieses got a single off a 2-2 pitch. Now Salato will get a 3-2 pitch. He drives it towards right field. Incoming is Calderon. He'll make the catch, and Mieses will stay right there. So 1 down here in the bottom of the first inning. That'll bring up Luis Duran. He hit 3 home runs on Sunday in the doubleheader versus Southwestern. He's now leading the team in home runs with 9. 50 RBIs on the season. He hit 2 home runs in the second game of the doubleheader Sunday. Both of them out to left, and he hits a hard line drive to center. It's going to drop for a hit. Quickly getting it in is Martinez. And Duran with a single. And the Tigers have runners on first and third with 1 out, and that'll bring up Diogen Ceballos.
Now batting, number 28, Diogen Ceballos.
Ceballos, a .341 hitter, 1 home run, 6 RBIs. That's a good start for the Tigers here. See if they can get this run home. Start this first inning with the lead. There's a breaking ball that doesn't do much, just kind of floats up high. With runners on first and third. Only 1 out. You wouldn't think Duran would be stealing. That would put the pressure on the catcher with Mieses' speed at third base. That'll miss low. 2 balls, no strikes. Ceballos with 14 hits and 41 at-bats. He takes up and away, ball 3. Way ahead in the count at 3-0. Does he get the green light? Joel Rosauer on deck, the designated hitter. Here's the 3-0 pitch. It's going to be called a strike on the inside corner. Ceballos thought that might have been a little in. But the strike is called, and now he'll get a chance to hit a 3-1 pitch. And he takes low, ball 4. So the Tigers load the bases here in the bottom of the first inning, only 1 out.
Now batting, number 15.
Big opportunity for Joel Rosauer here. Just hitting 200, but he's been having good at-bats here lately. He's swinging at the first pitch, and he's late on a fastball. Behind in the count at 0-1. Hopwood is on deck for the Tigers. Mieses down at third, Duran at second, Ceballos at first. Rosauer takes high and in, and the count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Joel's got 1 home run, 6 RBIs. Here's the 1-1 deliveries. Looks just tardy on that fastball. He's trying to pull the outside pitch, and Just swinging over the top of it. Here's the 1-2 delivery. That's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You got to think they're going to go back to the outside. Rosauer trying to put it in play. Not where the Tritons could turn it over. He pops this one up and foul. And better job adjusting to that outside pitch there. The count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're now allowed the single to Mieses. Got the fly out from Salato, and now he strikes out Rosauer. Looked like that might have been a changeup on the inner half. Now the Tigers need a 2-out hit from Brock Hopwood to not strand 3. Hopwood hitting 179, but he's had some better at-bats himself at the plate. He swings at the first pitch, grounder to short. Aracena fields, fires across, and the inning is over. Well, the Tigers threaten, but they don't score. Junior Aracena to lead it off. The Tigers strand the bases loaded in the bottom of the first inning. Rosauer strikes out, and then Hopwood grounds out to third. Now the guy who made the play at third, Aracena, leads off. That first pitch is going to miss down and away, ball 1. A 1 ball, no strikes on Aracena. That must have missed just away. Pretty close to that corner. Aracena, he's tied for the lead in home runs for the Tritons. 7 home runs. He's also got the most RBIs at 41. There's a good breaking ball. Aracena probably looking for something else because that was in a pretty good spot to hit. Aracena, 297 hitter on the season. And that'll miss down and away, ball 3. Glass got through the top of the first on a 1-2-3 inning. Got a fly out from Halligan to left. Diaz popped out to Hopwood in foul territory. And Calderon struck out. Now he's gone 3-1 to Aracena. And he takes on the outside corner. Good fastball. And the count is full at 3-2. MCC stayed away for the most part this at bat. Well, they come inside here like they did to Calderon. There's the breaking ball, but it will just miss off the corner. And a leadoff walk. So Aracena aboard. Not much of a stolen base threat.
Number 13, Felix Martinez.
As Martinez will stand in. 255 hitter on the season, 1 home run, 23 RBIs. The Triton center fielder, leadoff walk for Aracena. First base runner of the game for the Tritons. And the Glass will fall behind at 1-0. Trying to dig out a spot to land. 1 ball, no strikes on Martinez. Iowa Central as the team has only stolen 20 bases. 2 balls, no strikes. So not many big threats on the base paths to steal. So you got to pay attention to them a little bit, but they're not the type of team that likes to put guys in motion. And that misses down, 3-0. The Glass working himself into trouble here in this second inning. He walked Aracena. Now he's gone 3-0 on Martinez. This is where you go with the pitch you know that you can throw for a strike. And he misses outside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks to start the second inning. And that'll get Tristan Durham
Now batting, number 10, Jared Rankin.
heading down towards the bullpen. And there goes Max McKay with him. So Rankin will stand in, the lefty. Just a .238 hitter, so good opportunity for Glass to get that ground ball. He misses high and away, ball one. The first inning. Greg was okay. Now Luis and Jose coming in to settle him down, but the Tigers could use here. 1 ball, no strikes. On deck, Dylan Gassner, the catcher. Glass pitching out of the stretch, and he fires it in there for a strike, and it's fouled off. The count even at 1-1. MCC stranded the bases loaded in the first inning with 1 out. Rosauer struck out. Hopwood grounded out. Now Iowa Central has an opportunity here in this second inning. He shows bunt, and he's missed it. Well, the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rankin struck out 21 times. Good opportunity for Glass to get a strikeout and keep the runners right where they are. Aracena walked, he's at second. Martinez walked, he's at first. Here's the 1-2. It's grounded foul down the first baseline. And the count will stay 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the second for Iowa Central. Popped up. That's going to be out of play as well. Well, Glass doing a better job throwing strikes. Coach Greif came out and talked to him. Now he's trying to get the big out of Rankin. Rankin drives one to left field. Barrett is under it. Have the easy catch, and Aracena will stay at second base. So good job by Glass battling back. And the F7, and there's 1 away as Dylan Gassner will check in. Gassner, a .238 hitter.
Number 8, Dylan Gassner.
1 home run, 5 RBIs. He's walked 8 times, struck out 8 times. Just a .238 hitter. On deck is Monti. He's a 167 hitter, so good part of the order to, not that it's ever a good thing to have runners on first and second, nobody out, but this part of the order compared to having the guys at first and second at the plate with the bases loaded or runners in scoring position. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to get through for a hit. Aracena's coming around third. He'll score. Throw comes into third, and the tag is late. And delivering an RBI single is Dylan Gassner. So Gassner singles. Aracena scores the first run of the game. Martinez goes to third. And there's 1 out. Runners on first and third for the Tritons.
Now batting, number 7, Nolan Monti.
As Monti will stand in. Hitting just 167. He has not hit into a double play yet this year, so maybe this could be the right time for one. As Gassner over at first base, and he hits the outside corner with a strike. The count is 0-1. On Nolan Monti. Glass walked Aracena and Martinez to open up this inning. Aracena has scored. Martinez stands at third on an 0-2 count now on Monti. Nolan struck out 24 times. Well, he's definitely a strikeout candidate. Rodriguez on deck, the number 9 hitter. Here comes the 0-2. It's in the dirt, kicks away from Salado, and he's going to allow Martinez to score as he couldn't find it. Looks like Martinez is going to score either way. It's the wild pitch by Glass, allows Martinez to score, and it's 2-0 Tritons. Gassner also moved up to second. Now 1-2 coming versus Nolan Monti. Glass will step off. Now he's back on the rubber. Trying to get Monti here. Ground ball to third. Duran's nice pick. Throw across in time for the out. So Duran gets the second out. That'll bring up Rodney Rodriguez, a .286 hitter. 11 RBIs, 28 hits, and 98 at-bats.
Now batting, number 27, Rodney Rodriguez.
Well, this is that run out at second base that you want to strand right there. Those 2-out hits and runs can really be demoralizing. 2-0 game, gets away, but Salado able to get a glove on it. And Monti will head back to second, or Gassner rather will head back to second. Gassner had the RBI single. After Aracena and Martinez both walked. And Glass got a fly out from Rinkin to left field as that strike. Gassner singled in a run, and then Monti grounded out to third. One ball, one strike on Rodriguez. Glass checks the runner at second. Now comes to the plate, and he hit him. I know the umpire's going to keep him there as he stuck his elbow out. So it'll just be a ball. And a 2-1 count. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Halligan, the leadoff hitter, who flew out to left, is on deck. Now Glass will step off again. Now Rodriguez out of the box. He's only driven in 11. Gassner is the catcher running at second. Well, if the Tigers can keep him close, they might have a chance to cut him down at the plate if there is a hit. Count now at 3 balls, 1 strike. Durham just started cranking it up down in the bullpen. Glass trying to find his way out of the second inning. Way behind Rodriguez at 3-1. And he missed just low. The third walk of the inning. And that'll bring up Halligan for the second time.
Now batting, number 4, Austin Halligan.
As the Tigers checking to see if Durham is ready. Welcome back to Shawn Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you on the Tiger Sports Network. MCC going to the bullpen here in the second inning. It'll be Tristan Durham facing Austin Halligan. Durham on the season, 18.41 ERA, 7 1/3, 15 hits, 16 runs, 11 walks, 11 strikeouts. 2 outs here in the top of the second, 2 runs in. Inside fastball, must have missed inside, just a touch. Pretty good spot there by Durham. Halligan flew out his first time. He's only driven in 7. It's in there for a strike. Durham able to get that one over. The count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Last made the start, only lasted 1 2/3. Was good in the first inning, went through the 1-2-3 first as Mieses trying to keep Gassner close. They're trying to keep him right where he's at. And here the coaching staff trying to position Mieses. Halligan more of a push hitter than a pull. Here's the 1-1. It's popped up. It's short center field. Hank's coming on. He's going to get there. And the top of the second comes to an end, but not before Iowa Central puts 2 runs on the board. Be a lot of relief pitchers for the Tigers. You're hoping Tristan Durham can give some innings as Barrett will stand in. He'll take down for a ball. Now had some trouble throwing strikes in the first inning. Only had the 1 walk, but he got behind in the count. Just like he's doing here in the second. 2 balls, no strikes. And the 2-0, it's lined down the third baseline and foul. A good swing, just a little out in front of it. John Magnuson on deck, Caleb Hanks after him. The 2-1, Barrett swings through a high pitch, and the count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're trying to put it in play off Grinnell. Tigers with 2 hits already. He pops it up on the infield. And is Aracena. He's under it, and he'll make the grab for out number 1. So 1 away here in the second. And that'll bring up John Magnuson.
Now batting, number 1, John Magnuson.
Hitting .257 on the season, 27 games, 18 hits. He shows bunt, pulls back, and it's away for a ball. That'll also miss away, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Magnuson. 1 out in the Tigers' second. He lines this one to right field over his Calderon, and he's going to get there, but he dropped it for the second time. He dropped one in foul territory earlier. Now he just flat out drops one in the outfield, and that'll be an E9. And a runner for the Tigers.
Now batting, number 7.
Just hit off his glove. He was there in plenty of time. It just bounced off the glove. Second time he's had that happen. Aracena playing in a couple steps, but Hanks could drop a bunt down. He got it down that third baseline. It'd be pretty tough to get. He's ahead in the count at 1 ball, no strikes. 295 on the season. He does bunt, and it's going to go foul. He bunted that one pretty hard. Tried to drag bunt it, get a running start, and just drop it down that third baseline. And if he gets that down in fair territory, I don't think Aracena's got a shot with where he's playing. Mieses on deck. He's already singled. 1 ball, 1 strike on Hanks. He takes up, ball 2. Caleb with 3 doubles and 2 home runs. 5 extra base hits. Magnuson reached on an error. He shows bunt, but it goes right back to the pitcher. Grinnell takes his time, and he hits him in the back. So the throw hit Hanks in the back. And we'll see if there's going to be a argument for interference, or if that's just an E1. Looks like it's just going to be an E1. So the Tigers in business here. A dropped fly ball and then a throw to first base that hits Hanks in the back. And suddenly a chance for MCC here in the second. The ace takes inside a ball. Jose singled and stole. Was left stranded at third base in the first. Now Hanks will get back. Caleb with 5 stolen bases, yet to be caught. Down at third base, Magnuson. Hanks a pretty good lead at first. He's not going. Miese's ground ball to the right side. Only play is first, and MCC is on the board. A good job by Miese's. 4-3 on the putout. And an RBI for Jose. Magnuson scores. Down to second goes Hanks. And a 2-out hit by Salato would tie this thing. So 2-1 now. A couple of errors. That'll be an unearned run. But the Tigers will take them any way they can get them. Salato swinging first pitch. That's through for a hit. Beals waving him at third. Halligan's throw is going to be cut off. No, it gets through, but Hanks will score. And Salato goes to second. So Hanks scores. Salato to second base. That'll be a single. Advancing to second on the throw. And now Duran a chance to give the Tigers their first lead here this afternoon with a hit. Duran singled in the first. Just drove a line drive back up the middle. Martinez playing him pretty deep in center field, and there's a good breaking ball. Hits the outside corner. Tigers with all this. They get the 2-out hit from Salato. As Duran takes down low. Bertoni, that's his 34th RBI. And for Hanks, that's his 23rd run scored. Here comes the 1-1. Duran swings and chops it foul. He's behind in the count at 1-2 strikes. Well, he's trying to break the tie here in this second inning. 2 up between the Tigers and the Tritons. The 1-2 coming from Grinnell. Now he's going to step off. He threw the breaking ball to get strike 1. Like he threw an inside breaking ball to get strike 2. We'll see what he goes with here. The fastball, it's popped up, left center field. Martinez is over. He's going to have room, and he'll make the play. But the Tigers get 2. Both unearned runs, but they count the same. A big RBI single by Salato. It'll be Franulin Diaz to lead off the third inning for the Tritons.
Number 5, Franulin Diaz.
Tristan Durham back to the mound. He got the final out in the second inning. Greg Glass went 1 2/3 in his start. And Durham in with a strike. Diaz popped out in foul territory to Hopwood his first time. He's got some power, though, with 5 home runs. And that pitch will go away. The count is even at 1-1 strike. Durham came on with 2 outs in the second to get Halligan. There's a good breaking ball that hits the outside corner. Durham looks pretty good on the mound. So far, he's throwing strikes. A 1-2 coming to Diaz. Same pitch. He's able to chop it foul. He was Trying to hit that slider or breaking ball in the corner. Diaz able to just stay alive and foul it off. Here's the 1-2. Now goes fastball. It's hit to second base. Magnuson fields. And Hopwood stays on the bag. A good stretch by Hopwood. And there's one away. He was able to stretch out as that throw was a little offline. Now a pinch hitter as Calderon will come out of the game. He had the 2 errors already in this game, and he's been pulled. Don't know if that's the reason he's been pulled, but he had a couple errors. Now Boyson, a 176 hitter, and Durham hits the outside corner with a fastball. So he's ahead at 0-1 of Boys, and he's way out in front of that curveball. Strike 2. Boys has struck out 37 times, walked 28. Calderon, one of the better hitters for the Tritons, pulled out of the game. And Boyson in his place. There's a breaking ball that'll stay down. Pretty good spot, though. You want it to look like a strike. Even get Boyce to chase. He has hit 4 home runs, driven in 16. Here comes the 1-2. He swings and misses and strikes out. So 2 away here in the third. And that'll bring up Aracena. He walked in the second.
Number 15, Junior Aracena.
He walked and scored. Aracena and Martinez both walked and scored in the second inning off Greg Glass. Durham trying to get through this third. 1-2-3. He misses inside with a fastball, ball 1. And now it's hammered to left. That's curving foul. Hit down in the warning track of the dirt by the left field fence. That was a hanger that Aracena all over, but he's a little out in front. Aracena's got power, 7 home runs, 41 driven in. Not the guy you want to miss location on. Here's the 1-1. Same spot, but he got him to pop it up. Barrett coming on. He'll get to the spot. And a good inning for Tristan Durham. So Durham's retired 4 in a row since coming on in the second. And we'll head to the bottom of the third. It'll be Diohen Ceballos, Joel Rosauer, and Brock Hopwood. Back to the mound goes Grinnell. Tigers have out hit the Tritons 3-1. As Durham, a nice job by him. He's pitched an inning and a third already. Grinnell started for the Tritons. He's still in there in the third inning. Allowed the Tigers to tie it up in the second. RBI single by Tony Salato and RBI ground out by Jose Mieses. So 2-2, Tigers and Tritons. Ceballos will start off the third inning. Johan walked his first time.
Leading off the bottom of the third for the Tigers. Number 28.
Worked it to a 3-1 count. I think it was actually 3-0. Grinnell was able to get a pitch in for a strike. And the next pitch, he walked him. A 1-0 count on Ceballos. Come with the 1-0 delivery. That'll miss high, ball 2. Just like the first at bat, Grinnell falling behind Ceballos. 2 balls, no strikes. He's swinging at a high fastball and will chop it down the third baseline foul. Ceballos hitting .341 on the season. Looking for something he can drive, and that'll miss low in the dirt. 3-1. Rosauer and Hopwood on deck. As Ceballos takes low for the second walk. That Grinnell has surrendered. Both of them have come to Ceballos. And now Joel Rosauer has been pulled out of the game. So Carter Eldridge will take over the DH role. Carter's a .300 hitter on the year. Ceballos over at first base. And Eldridge takes away. It's off the catcher's glove. Down to second will go Ceballos. Well, Ceballos down to second. That hit off Gassner's glove. I don't know if he'd call that a pass ball or a wild pitch. Either way, a 1-0 count. Eldridge shows bunt, pulls it back, and that's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. With Ceballos down at second. Tigers trying to get him to third with less than 2 outs. Hopwood on deck. He grounded to third his first time. And Eldridge takes a strike on the outer half. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Eldridge struck out 13 times. As the wind's starting to pick up just a little. And he fouls this one straight back to the screen. And the count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ceballos led off the inning with a walk. And a curveball freezes him, and Eldridge was headed to the dugout. He thought that was strike 3. But just a little bit up, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grinnell checks Ceballos as Rodriguez playing right behind him. In the dirt, good stop by Gassner. A tough pitch down in the dirt. He was able to get down in front of it and pick it. Now 3-2 on Eldridge. Nobody out here in the third. Tigers got 2 in the second to tie it. And Eldridge, another good swing, fouls it back. A pretty good at bat by Eldridge coming off the bench. It's a pinch hitter. As worse, he wants to get Ceballos to third base, and he takes a walk. Nice at bat by Carter Eldridge. Back-to-back walks by the Tigers as now time is called. Welcome back to Shawn Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you on the Tiger Sports Network. Iowa Central has gone to the bullpen. Nolan Reinhardt has come on. Grinnell will lead with runners on first and second, nobody out, as Hopwood showing bunt. And Reinhardt down, the throw down to second. Ceballos takes off, and it gets over the shortstop's head, and now Ceballos is going to come in to score. Oh, good base running by Ceballos. It looked like he was going to be caught up. Instead, that was a strike. Ceballos just took off for third. And now the Tigers take a 3-2 lead, and Hopwood's not going to have to try and bunt. And a chance to swing away now. As Reinhardt checks the runner, although he shows bunt, pulls back. That's on the outside corner strike. Reinhardt in 15 innings, he's allowed 18 hits and 14 runs. 12 strikeouts, 8 walks. Now we'll step off. Eldridge down at second base. That's the third error against Iowa Central. And E2 allows Ceballos to score. That'll miss down and away, ball one. Reinhardt struck out 12, walked 8. 6.00 ERA, 1-1 record. 7 appearances. He has made 2 starts. The 1-2 on Hopwood. He takes a breaking ball and really nice stop by Gassner. Hopwood grounded to third his first time. He's trying to get Eldridge to third here or get him in. Barrett's on deck. He drives one to right, but that's going to be well out of play. And the count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hopwood showed bunt the first 2 times. Then he got behind with 2 strikes. Able to take a couple balls. And now he strikes out swinging on a inside fastball that had some heat to it. Reinhardt can throw a little gas.
No batting. Number 9.
That'll bring up Adam Barrett with 1 out now. Runner on second base. How key Ceballos' play was. He was caught off second base and then just took off. And the throw by Gassner went into center field as Barrett drives one down the left field line. Is going to stay fair? No, it will not. It'll drop foul. He's behind the count at 0-1. Eldridge out at second base. He walked. Went to second on the error by the catcher, Gassner. It's allowed Ceballos to score. Rodriguez right behind him, and that breaking ball came in. Looked like it had a little speed to it. On deck, John Magnuson. He reached on an error the first time. Calderon had the ball go in and out of his glove. Barrett pops it up. That's going to be back, and like it will be out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looked like it went straight up in the air. Must have just went over the top of us. 1 out here in the Tigers' half of the third. 1 run in. MCC with a 3-2 lead. Barrett, ground ball. That's through for a base hit. Eldridge is being waved around. Halligan's throw coming to the plate. It's cut off. And an RBI single for Adam Barrett. So Barrett comes through. Scoring is Eldridge. And the Tigers lead at 4-2. And a bat by Barrett. Got a pitch he could handle. Just drove it through the left side.
John Magnuson.
Big hole between short and third. And just a little grounder. That's all it takes. And RBI single for Barrett. His 10th RBI of the season. That'll miss away. 1-0 on Magnuson. He scored the Tigers' first run after reaching on the E9. Iowa Central's defense has been a little sloppy here. That ball is hammered foul down the right field line. Just past first base coach Tanner McLaughlin. A hard line drive down that way. Barrett a good lead. He's staying put. Another line shot. Same spot. Just a little behind on the fastball. That's the right type of swing, going with the pitch though. See if Reinhardt comes with the same pitch or if he goes with a breaking ball. There's the pickoff throw over. Pretty good move. Barrett able to get back safely. Tigers with 4 hits and 4 runs. As Magnuson strikes out swinging. Well, Magnuson down on strikes. That's the second strikeout of the inning for Reinhardt.
No batting. Number 7, Caleb Hanks.
And that'll bring up Caleb Hanks. Both runs this inning charged to Zach Grinnell. Ground ball towards short. That's through for another hit. So Hanks with a single. Barrett down to second. And the Tigers will roll it over to the top of the order with Mieses. Second single in that same spot between short and third. And Hanks just enough. He just pulled it through that hole. Now Mieses a chance with Barrett out at second. And he shows bunt and fouls it back. Salado on deck. I think Mieses saw where Aracino was playing. Thought if he could drop a bunt down, he'd probably beat it out. A little surprised Aracino hasn't taken a couple more steps in. He's still pretty much back, even with the bag. Here's the 0-1 to Mieses. That'll miss in. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two outs here in the Tigers' half of the third. 2 runs already in. Mieses, a little flare into left. That's going to carry to Halligan, though. The Tigers will strand 2, but they get a couple runs. We start the top half of the 4th inning. MCC with a 4-2 lead over Iowa Central. Andy Jennings with you on the Tiger Sports Network. It'll be Felix Martinez to lead it off. Martinez, Rinkin, and Gassner. Durham has retired 4 in a row since he came in with 2 outs in the second. Grinnell's final line today for Iowa Central is 2 1/3. That ball is hammered to left field. Back goes Barrett, still going, and that ball is gone. So Felix Martinez starts the 4th with a home run. Got a pitch on the inner half, just pulled it right down the line. With the winds blowing out a little bit, the ball can fly out of here in a hurry. For Martinez, that's his 2nd home run of the season, so not one of their big power hitters, but he does the job here. His 2nd home run of the season. Well, that'll end Durham's 4 in a row. Grinnell went 2 1/3. And he allows 4 runs. 2 earned. So that'll miss the outside corner. The 2-0 count. Grinnell just allows 3 hits. As the 2-0 coming to Rinkin. That's in there for a strike. As Kirchhoff heading down to the bullpen. That'll miss Sloan away, and the count is 3-1. So after the Tigers took a 4-2 lead, Martinez starts the fourth with a home run. Now a 3-1 count on Rinkin. Jared flew out to left his first time. The 3-1 delivery. That's in there for a strike. The count is all full at 3-2. So full count on Rinkin. Durham trying to get right back in the count after the home run. Time called. Rinkin a .238 hitter. Nobody out here in the Tritons half of the fourth. And that'll miss down, ball 4. After the home run, a walk to Rinkin. The first walk Durham has surrendered. And now Gassner will hit. He had an RBI single in the second.
Now batting, number 8, Dylan Gassner.
Just drove it right back up the middle. Just a .238 hitter. Rinkin a pretty good lead over at first base. Durham checks him, now throws the slow breaking ball and hits the inside corner. All one on Gassner. Tigers have out hit the Tritons 5-2. Iowa Central's made 3 errors here today, which have contributed to runs for the Tigers. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rinkin a good lead at first. Durham checks him a couple times. Now comes to the plate, and Rinkin was all fooled there because when Durham came to the plate, he was headed back to first base. Those lefties on the mound can cause a lot of deception before coming to the plate. Usually left-handed pitchers have good pickoff moves. Here's the 2-1. It's driven to left center field. Hanks on the run, dives, and he makes the made a great catch. Terrific play by Caleb Hanks. That looked like it was headed for left center field. As Hanks with a great catch. As the umpire, I don't know if he called a catch or an out.
No batting.
So it was a fielder's choice, so Hanks did not catch
Nolan
it.
Monti.
So Gassner does reach. And Rinkin retired on the fielder's choice. So Hanks must have trapped it. Nobody really made a signal. The umpire just kind of looked out there. And then the Tigers threw it to second base and make sure they had both ways covered. So Monti hits now, 1-0. Now 2-0. There goes the runner. Throw by Salato. It's going to be just a little bit late. So Gassner able to get in a scoring position. Now 2 balls, no strikes on Monti. He's driven in 4 on the year. 2-0 count, and Durham will step off. Adam Kirchhoff warming up in the Tigers bullpen. The righty. Durham trying to keep the Tigers in the lead here. Here's the 2-0. Gets under Salato. Down to third goes Gassner, and Salato's coming out to talk to his pitcher. 3-0 count now on Monti. Monti only hitting 167, and Durham just having trouble throwing strikes. He was good on that run of 4 outs in a row. The interesting thing is the top of the order hasn't really done most of the damage. In the middle of the order, which I guess you'd expect, 4 and 5 have been the guys that have done all the damage. So 3-0 on Monti. Gassner down at third base now. And he hits the outside corner with a strike. Well, whatever Salato said to him worked on that pitch. There's only 1 out in the inning. MCC playing back, so they're going to surrender the tying run. Unless the ground ball is hit right to Duran. And the 3-1 pitch. It's a fly ball to center field. Hanks drifting back. He's going to make the catch. Not going to have a play. And this ball game is tied. So a sacrifice fly for Nolan Monti. Still driving a run as scoring is Dylan Gassner. So the second out of the inning.
Number 27, Rodney Rodriguez.
And we're all knotted at 4. So the second tie between the Tigers and Tritons. So 2 apiece in the second. And 2 more for the Tigers in the third. And 2 here in the fourth for Iowa Central. Durham trying to get through the 4th inning. There's a good pitch on the inside corner for a strike. One ball, 1 strike to Rodriguez. He walked in the second. And that just missed inside. Pretty good fastball there from Durham. Didn't miss by much. 2 balls, 1 strike on Rodriguez. Rodney's a .286 hitter. Drives this one towards short. Fielded by Mieses. Throw to first in time. And the side is retired.
2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, no
And a
runs.
couple more runs for Iowa Central. They get the home run from Martinez. And then Gassner scores on the sac fly from Monti. So 4 apiece. After 3.5 innings, the Tigers will be coming to bat. It'll be Tony Salato, Luis Duran, and Diogen Ceballos. They'll face Reinhardt. He came on with 1 out in the third. He's got a couple of strikeouts, but he also gave up a single and an RBI to Adam Barrett and a single to Caleb Hanks, which he was able to get on with a hit. Then Mieses flew out to left to end the inning. Reinhardt's got a pretty good fastball. At least he's shown a good one so far. Salato will stand in to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th for the Tigers, number 18, Tony Salato.
He's flown out to right field, and he's also singled in a run. And he'll get a strike called as he couldn't hold it back. He's behind in the count at 0-1. Salado drove in his 34th RBI in the second inning with a single. That fastball hit the outside corner, quickly ahead at 0-2. Reinhardt's already struck out 2 since he came in. Now he struck out 3 as that's a nasty breaking ball. And Salado is retired. So 1 away here in the Tigers' half of the 4th. Iowa Central just tied it up in the 3rd with 2 runs. They're in the top half of this inning with 2. The Tigers trying to answer, get back in the lead. Duran is singled and flew out to center. They're playing awfully deep. Duran with his power. He takes a fastball a little bit in. Count is 1-0. Now a curveball inside. 2 balls, no strikes, and now Duran can sit on a fastball that he can maybe get his 10th home run of the season. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. He swings and misses. He was letting go on that one. Now 2 balls, 1 strike. That'll miss up. Ball 3. So 3-1. Duran has walked 12 times. Ahead in the count at 3-1. He's swinging and it's off his foot. That looked like that hurt. He fouled it off his foot. The trainer's going to come out. Now Coach Greif and all the MCC coaches coming to check on Luis. Let's see where it got him. Looks like he's saying right off the outside part of his leg. That's where he fouled it off. Be a 3-2 count. If Duran can stay in the game, we'll see. As he hops to his feet, he's going to try and walk it off. Shakes out his leg. Now he wants his helmet back. He's going to stay in the game. You could tell that hurt. Coach Beal checking on him. Just fouled it right off the outer part of his leg. And he's going to stay in the game, so Duran will stay in with a full count. See if he'll be able to go back into the field when he's done hitting here. 3-2 pitch. And he takes ball 4. He'll jog down to first. It looks like he's going to be okay, so good news there. Probably going to have the shape of a baseball on his leg. And Ceballos will hit with 1 out and a runner on first base. There's a fastball on the corner. Reinhardt has been pumping strikes to start the at-bat, but then gets behind in the count. He got ahead of Salado and struck him out, then got behind Duran and walked him. Misses up with a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ceballos has walked and walked. The 2 walks. The 1-1 coming. Misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tigers with action down in their bullpen. You wonder if they'll be going to the pen when we get to this 5th inning. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. There's a fastball in the outside corner. He can hit that spot. Makes it pretty difficult to hit. Reinhardt's throwing a lot of fastball. He has showed a breaking ball, but mostly been about his fastball so far. The 2-2 just misses away. That was the breaking ball there. Just a little side movement to it. Now a 3-2 count with 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch. Ceballos pops it up, right side. Diaz will have a look, but it's out of play. The count remains full at 3-2. Ceballos, a .341 hitter. He's now walked 7 times with the 2 walks earlier in the game. He fouls this one straight back to the screen. A big hack there by Ceballos. Carter Eldridge on deck. He also walked an inning ago. Who will win this battle? Reinhardt's pitch, line towards center field. It's through. Past Rodriguez for a single. For a second there, it looked like Rodriguez had a chance to catch it, and they throw it away. Duran trying to get to third, and he's going to be out at third base. So a tough break there for the Tigers as it got away from Aracena there momentarily, but he's able to recover it in foul territory, and the pitcher right there to cover third base, and Duran is tagged out. So 5-1 on the putout at third base. And that'll bring up Carter Eldridge with 2 outs and a man on first. And he takes a strike. Reinhardt's been working away from most of the Tigers' hitters. Eldridge walked in the third rather. He also scored a run. And Gassner has really done a nice job behind the plate for Iowa Central. There's been some pitches that could easily have been wild pitches that he's just smothered. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's driven to deep right field. That's going to curve and be foul. Eldridge got a good swing there, but now he's behind in the count at 1-2. This is where Reinhardt's been coming inside when he's got ahead. We're trying to drop that breaking ball in the outer half. Get the Tigers to chase it. The 1-2, it's fouled straight back. Reinhardt just throwing fastball after fastball here. Now you got to almost think you're set up for a curveball, but with the speed he throws, you can't really sit on one. The 1-2, and he struck him out looking. So Eldridge down on strikes.
No run.
We start the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Austin Halligan to lead it off for the Tritons, his 3rd appearance. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts. Be Halligan, Diaz, and Boys. Durham back in for another inning of work. Came in with 2 outs in the second. He allowed the tying run an inning ago, but he's able to get that in for a strike. Gave up the home run to Martinez leading off the 4th. And then a walk to Rinkin, and Gassner got on, went all the way to third on some wild pitches, and scored on a sac fly from Nolan Monti. Jake Brumbaugh will head down the right field line, maybe to check on the pitcher, maybe start warming up himself. 1-1 strike. Line drive, left center field. Hanks on the run, not going to get there. Barrett and Hanks come together. Hanks able to cut it off. And Halligan in with a leadoff double. He just took that pitch the other way. This Tiger taught off a left-handed pitcher. Lefty-lefty matchup. You want to shoot it to the opposite field. He did just that there. That'll bring up Diaz. He's 0 for 2. He popped out in foul territory and grounded to second. So Halligan with a leadoff double. His 7th double of the year. And his 16th hit. 4 all between the Tigers and Tritons. Iowa Central scored 2 in the 4th to tie the game. Now they're threatening here in the 5th with a leadoff double. Durham gets ahead of Diaz at 0-1. He is a .286 hitter. He's driven in 32, 5 home runs. Durham with a long look in. Checks Halligan, now comes to the plate. Ground ball towards third. That's through for a hit. The runner will be held at third base. And the Tritons have runners on first and third with nobody out. We'll see what the Tigers do here. Will be a lefty Boyce, so you got to think Durham will pitch to him. Aracena, right-handed hitter on deck.
No batting, number 11, Nick Boyce.
Depending on what happens here, as Boyce will stand in. He struck out in the 3rd. He replaced Calderon after Calderon had a couple of errors in right field. Swinging at the first pitch and fouls it down the first baseline. Durham ahead at 0-1. If there was any time for a strikeout, it would be now. For a strikeout or a pop-up. Durham checks the runner at first, bringing to the plate. Misses a little bit low. 1 strike. Boyce has driven in 16. Diaz with a good lead at first. Driven to center field. Hanks going back, still going. It's carrying well, and he's going to make the catch at the fence. Nice catch by Caleb Hanks. Gets it all the way back in. Scoring is Halligan. MCC going to the bullpen here in the 5th inning. 5-4, Tritons with the lead. As Junior Aracena will stand in. On the mound is Adam Kirchhoff. He's had a pretty good ERA. 3 appearances, 3 2/3, 2.45 earned run average. He misses in the dirt, but good stop by Salato. One-0 count on Aracena. Kirchhoff has allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. 154 opponent's batting average. He'll miss away with ball 2. Aracena, big bat. 7 home runs, 41 RBIs. You don't want to make a mistake to him. It's hit into one double play. And Kirchhoff will miss up ball 3. So 3-0 on Aracena, and he's probably got the green light. He don't just want to pump a fastball in there right down the middle. And he takes the fastball in the inner half for a strike. Good pitch. 3 balls, 1 strike. Aracena's walked 17 times. No, he's walked 23 times. He walked once today, so 24 times. He's also flown out to left. And that'll miss away, and a walk for the second time. So the second walk for Aracena. Down to second goes Diaz, and Kirchhoff comes in and walks the first batter. Martinez has also walked. He homered to lead off the 4th inning. Hit a solo shot to left. The time that made the score 4-3. The Tritons would tie it a couple batters later at 4-4. Now they lead 5-4 after a leadoff double by Halligan. Good stop by Salado. Kirchhoff falling behind Martinez now. Martinez hitting .255. He's now hit 2 home runs, 24 RBIs. He's now walked 23 times. There's Kirchhoff trying to dig in here. With runners on first and second, just 1 out in the inning. He misses down and away. Can't find the strike zone right now with his breaking ball. Everything missing away and down. Had to find it here on this 2-0 count. Diaz leading at second, down at first Aracena. He misses in with a fastball, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. On Martinez, he's already walked once. He's 1 for 1. Don't want to load the bases here. Rinkin coming up next, but Martinez might show bunt here on 3-0. And he takes in the dirt, ball 4, and it's in front of Salado. And the base is now loaded with 1 out. So Kirchhoff comes in out of the pen and immediately walks Aracena and Martinez. And now the Tigers in all kinds of trouble. Rinkin just .238 hitter. Doesn't even need a hit though, he just needs a sac fly. And he would have an RBI most likely. He has it into a double play. It's Kirchhoff just trying to find the strike zone. And now Greif will call time. MCC going to the bullpen again. This will be the 4th Tiger pitcher. It'll be Brett Breda. Breda's pitched pretty well to the bullpen for MCC. 13 innings, 7 appearances, a 4.15 ERA. 13 hits, 11 runs, 6 walks, 5 strikeouts. And he gets the first pitch in there for a strike. A 1-0 count was on Rinkin, so now 1-1. Good stop by Salado. Keep that run at third. The base is loaded for Iowa Central. A critical point in this game. MCC trying not to let this thing get blown wide open. As that breaking ball misses in. 2 balls, 1 strike on Rinkin. 238 hitter. He's driven in 8. He's walked and flew out to left. That'll hit the outside corner. Or no. Must have been low. Looked pretty good from up here. The count now 3 balls, 1 strike. That's in there for a strike. Good pitch by Breda. You just want to make Rinkin put the ball in play. No free RBIs this time. Big pitch coming. The payoff pitch. Bases loaded, 1 out. Time called. This could be the difference in the ball game. An out here or a big hit by Rinkin. 5-4 Iowa Central with the lead. 3-2 count. Runners from every base. 1 out here in the 5th. Here's the payoff pitch. It's flied out to left center field. Hanks is going to give way to Barrett. He'll fire in towards third. Runner halfway to second will go back. Everybody will advance, and a sacrifice fly for Rinkin. But it could have been a lot worse. So another run in. But now if he can get out of this jam, only allowing just the 2 runs, you'll feel pretty good. As Gassner will bat. He's reached on a fielder's choice. Kind of a weird play. It looked like Hanks dove and caught it. The umpire said it hit the ground. And MCC went and threw it to second base to get the out. Everyone was confused. Gassner's already drove in 1 run with a single. Critical for the Tigers to get out of this inning, only giving up the 2 runs. It's just the 5th, so there's plenty of time. They almost get a little momentum back with what Iowa Central had working for them. In the dirt, Salado with a good stop. 2 balls, no strikes. Gassner had an RBI single on the 2nd. And now a hit could score 2 with Martinez speed down at second base. Aracina's at third, Martinez at second, and Gassner swings and able to tip it foul. And the count moves to 2 balls, 1 strike. And it caught a little bit of Salado. And just shaking out his leg. Brett Breda trying to get out of this inning. He allowed the sacrifice fly. These runs being charged to Durham. There's a ground ball down the first baseline and foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just 1 pitch away from getting out of this 5th inning. MCC is still out hit Iowa Central 6-4. But they now trail 6-4. And just missed the outside corner. The umpire even froze for a couple seconds, thought he might ring him up. He's still got a base open, so if he does walk Gassner, it would not mean a run. But Breda trying to get rid of Gassner right now. Get the out. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he just missed. Inches away from strike 3. Looked like a pretty good spot for that pitch. Not missing by much. Now Monti will hit. He's had a sacrifice fly RBI. He's also grounded to third. That'll miss just up. They must be just a little high on those pitches. Breda appears to be frustrated. A few of those pitches could have gone his way. Instead, they went Iowa Central's way. There's a good one in there for a strike. Sometimes you have to battle. You have to really battle mentally on the mound. A pitch goes against you here or there. Just got to forget about it and get ready to throw that next pitch. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball to third. Deron Fields. It's a race to the bag, and he will win it. Not by much. It was close. Welcome back to Shawn Williams Field. Andy Jennings with you on the Tiger Sports Network. 6-4, Iowa Central now leading MCC as we start the bottom of the fifth. It'll be Hopwood. He's swinging at the first pitch and chops it foul. So behind the count at 0-1. Reinhardt came on and he's been pretty good. That'll miss inside, 1-1. A 1-1 strike on Hopwood. He's grounded to third and struck out. He was Reinhardt's first strikeout, as that'll be a strike on the outside corner. Like that might have been a little outside, but Reinhardt gets the call. Now Hopwood will foul it off. Chops it down towards third. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He'll take away, and we're now even at 2-2. Hopwood with 5 hits and 28 at bats. Here's the 2-2. He pops it up. Diaz will have a look. Does he have room? He does. And Hopwood is retired in foul territory. Well, the first out in the fifth. That'll bring up Adam Barrett. Barrett has popped out to third, and he's singled in a run. Now Barrett will stand in as it's kind of an overcast day, not much sun. The clouds have kind of moved in. Barrett trying to start a 1-out rally here in the fifth. He takes inside, nearly hit him. 1 ball, no strikes. Barrett got his 12th hit and 10th RBI in the third inning. He swings through that pitch for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Either team with a lot of hits, a lot of walks on MCC's side of pitching. And then for Iowa Central, it's been errors. Ground ball to Aracena, fires across in time to get Barrett. And there's 2 away quickly here in the fifth. Magnuson will stand in.
No batting. Number 1, John Magnuson.
Magnuson has struck out swinging, and he's reached on an error. Scored the Tigers' first run in the second inning. Drives this one into right center field. That's down for a hit. Martinez will cut it off. And a 2-out single for Magnuson. That'll bring up Caleb Hanks. He singled in the third. Also reached on a throwing error by the pitcher, Reinhardt. Actually, it wasn't Reinhardt. It was Grinnell at the time. Grinnell went 2 1/3, so actually it was Reinhardt that surrendered the single. Grinnell had the error as Hanks takes away for a ball. 1-0 count. There's the throw over, and Magnuson back safely. Hanks single to left in the third. He'll take away for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Hanks does have some power. He could tie it with one swing. He's hit 2 home runs. He's driven in 9. Reached base both times here today. He pops this one up towards left field. And a long run, Halligan under it. He'll make the catch. So after 5 innings, the Tigers trail the Tritons 6-4. Rodney Rodriguez will lead off the 6th inning for the Tritons. 6-4, Iowa Central with the lead. They scored 2 runs in the 5th to break the tie. And Breda's able to get it over for a strike. And that's in there as Rodriguez swings through a pitch. He's quickly behind in the count at 0-2. Same spot, just missed. Rodriguez lays off it this time. New catcher into the game for MCC as Max McKay has entered. And the count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So McKay will take over the number 2 spot. And that'll miss away as well. After getting ahead 0-2, Breda has thrown 3 straight wide ones. And the count is full at 3-2. Rodriguez has walked and grounded to short. There's a ground ball foul towards the Iowa Central dugout. Top of the 6th inning. Still time for the Tigers to mount a rally. They got to get their pitching figured out. There's a ground ball to Hopper to Mieses. High throw. Salato's tag is off the bag, and that's going to be an error. So I just noticed McKay came in at catcher, so Hopwood actually came out of the game. So Salato stays. Salato moves to first base. Hopwood is replaced by Max McKay, who takes over at catcher. So Halligan will hit now. Rodriguez on after the E6. Mieses with the throwing error. 0-1 count. Line drive, right center field. That's trouble. Down for a hit. Ceballos bobbles it. Halligan going for second. No one's on the bag, and runners on second and third. That's going to be a single and then an error, most likely. Going to third base is Rodriguez, who reached on an error. So a couple errors by the Tigers this inning. Now Iowa Central set up with runners on second and third and nobody out for Franulin Diaz. He singled, grounded to second, and popped out in foul territory. And McKay holds it an extra second. It's outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Popped up, right side and out of play. Count is even at 1-1. Iowa Central has made a living off sac flies here today. They've hit 3 of them. 3 of their 6 runs coming on sacrifice flies. That's in the dirt. McKay with a good stop. 2 balls, 1 strike. Popped up, foul. Count is even at 2-2. This will be a big strikeout. Diaz has struck out 19 times. Breda hoping for number 20 here. On deck, the number 3 hitter, Nick Boys. Here comes the break even. Ground ball towards short. Mieses will field. Fake the throw to third. Comes to first. Gets him about a step. Diaz retired. But another run in. And that'll be an unearned run as Rodriguez reached on an error. The Tritons take advantage of the Tigers' defensive miscues and now lead 7-4.
Now batting number 11, Nick Boys.
That'll bring up Nick Boys. He hit a sacrifice fly. He's also struck out. That'll hit the outside corner for strike 1. Halligan's down at third base. As Boys swings through the fastball. Quickly behind at 0-2. Trying to keep that runner at third. Allow Iowa Central to keep building their lead. They've scored 2 in each of the last 2 innings. Now they've scored 2 in this inning as well. Boys with an RBI single. We'll see he's going for 2. Hank's throw is going to be not in time. And Boys with an RBI double. Scoring is Halligan. And that's 2 runs in the 4th, 2 runs in the 5th, and 2 runs in the 6th for Iowa Central. Errors cause a 1 run, but good hits by the Tritons. You just got to give them credit. Breda coming after Aracena. Hits the outside corner for a strike. That was an 0-2 pitch that Boys doubled on. That's his 17th RBI, 2nd double. Here's the 0-1. It's in the dirt. Hits off McKay's pad. It goes out of play. Must have went into the Iowa Central dugout. It hit McKay's shin guard and kicked away. Now with the ball and a strike, another man on third with less than 2 outs. A little surprised MCC's not bringing the infield in. And now they are going to bring the infield in, so they're going to try and get Boys at the plate. And Aracena hammers one to left center field, and that ball is gone. As Junior Aracena hits his 8th home run. A 2-run shot to left center field. He got all of it. And it's 10-4. As things coming apart for the Tigers here over these last 3 innings. 8 runs for Iowa Central in the last 3 innings.
Now batting number 13, Felix.
Aracena's 8th home run. 43rd RBI. Now Martinez will hit with one out. That's in there for a strike. Misses down. One ball, one strike. Martinez pops it up right side and out of play. Martinez well out on his front foot, but still able to foul it off. Time is called by Martinez. Looks like he might have got something in his eye when the wind blew. Now he's ready. Breda's 1-2 delivery. Lined into center field. Hanks is going to get there, though. There's two away. Every ball being hit hard right now off Breda, but he's battling through it. Trying to get through the sixth inning. Just needs to get Rinkin to get out of this inning. Iowa Central have already put in 4 runs. There's a good pitch on the outside corner. Breda had probably been the Tigers' best reliever, at least when it comes to innings pitched and pitching a good ERA, but today the Iowa Central bats have just got to him. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rinkin. That'll miss low. 2-1. There's a good pitch on the outside corner, 2-2. MCC 1 strike away from getting out of the 6th inning. And they have to get the bats going. That's driven to left field. Barrett going back on it. He'll have room. He'll make the play. And the inning is over. Welcome back to Shawn Williams Field. It'll be the top of the order for MCC. As Jose Mieses will lead it off for the Tigers, who now trail 10-4 after a 4-run 6th by Iowa Central. The big hit, a 2-run homer by Junior Aracena. He got all of it. That'll miss away, ball 2. 2-0 on Mieses. Reinhardt has kind of came in and settled things down for the Triton pitching staff. The Tigers scored 2 in the 2nd and 3rd. Since that point, they've been pretty quiet. 2-1 count on Mieses. On deck would be Salado and then Luis Duran. A little bit late, fouls it back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mieses has singled. Drove in a run with a ground out and flew out to left. This is his 4th at bat. His first 3 came in the first 3 innings. The 2-2 is popped up into shallow left field. Going to be a tough play. That might fall in. It will fall in for a hit. And Mieses will slam on the brakes. And now he's thinking about it. He's going to go back to first. So that'll be a single for Jose Mieses. The leadoff hit for the Tigers. Good start to the 6th inning.
Now batting, number 18, Tony Salado.
That was a good pitch by Reinhardt. Just the perfect spot. for Mieses. He's already stolen a base. He's got 11 on the season. And now Salata with a chance. If he could get on, then bring Duran to the plate. He could slice this thing to a 3-run game very quickly. In the dirt, stopped by Gassner. Salata is 1 for 3. He singled in a run, struck out, and flown out to right. There goes Mieses. It's an inside pitch and no chance for Gassner. So the second stolen base for Jose today. Now 12 on the season, just 4 away from the Tigers' leader, Jalen Horton, who has 16. For MCC, they've now stolen 51 bases. Two balls and no strikes, and it nearly clipped him, but missed. Now the count is 3-0. Duran on deck. There is a little bit of stirring in the Iowa Central bullpen, but not really throwing, and that just changed. A lefty is up now. That'll hit the inside corner for a strike. Like a left-handed pitcher for the Tritons just now starting to throw, so it'll take him some time to get loosened up unless he's already ready. Wouldn't think so. Reinhardt had been pitching pretty well. Now he's fighting back. It's a 3-2 count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Reinhardt's 3-2 pitch. It's fouled back. A good battle here between Salado and Reinhardt. On deck would be Luis Duran. Mieses led off the inning with a single. Stole second base. He now stands at second. Salado, little ground ball. Picked up by Monti, and he throws him out. Runner will advance to third, though. A 4-3 on the putout.
Now batting, number 19, Luis Duran.
That'll bring up Luis. With a runner on third, less than 2 outs. Sac fly would do the trick, but he's looking to do more than that. 10-4, Iowa Central the lead. He'll take up and in for ball 1. One-0 count. Duran pops it up, but it's going to be out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Luis is singled, walked, and flew out to center. Takes high, ball 2. Down at third base, Mieses. Duran looking for his 51st RBI with a hit here. Popped up. That's going to be in the infield, and the Tigers will leave Mieses at third base. Now there's 2 away.
Now batting, number 28, Johan Ceballos.
Ceballos will stand in with 2 outs. And he'll take down and away, so MCC needs a 2-out hit to get the run home. They left the bases loaded in the first. They've stranded a runner in each inning. Ceballos a big hack when he fouls it straight down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Johan is driven in 6. Tigers need to swing the momentum back in their favor a little bit. Here's the 1-1. That'll hit the inside corner, 1-2. One ball, two strikes on Ceballos. And he's able to chop that one foul. It looked like he was going to be way out in front of it, but got the bat head to the ball. Stays alive. Comes the 1-2 from Reinhardt. And it's a little chopper, but it hits Ceballos, so that's foul. Ceballos has gone out of the strike zone to foul it off. One ball, two strikes, two outs. Mieses leading from third. And Ceballos hammers one to left field. And that ball's gone. A two-run homer for Diogen Ceballos. That's the big swing MCC's been looking for. On a 1-2 pitch, it was a high fastball. He drove it over the left field fence. You could tell it was gone when Halligan just turned and watched it go. Now MCC gets two here in the sixth and pulls back within 10-6.
No batting for the Tigers. Number 30, Carter Eldridge.
Oh, big hit there for Ceballos. That's his second home run of the season. Eldridge takes up an eighth RBI. He had quite a few home runs last season for MCC, if I remember right. As Eldridge hits a hard ground ball, it's eaten up by Aracena across the diamond in time, but the Tigers do get two. MCC will go to the bullpen in the seventh inning. It'll be Jake Brumbaugh on the mound. Dylan Gassner will lead it off for the Tritons. Iowa Central scored 8 runs in the last 3 innings. But a big 2-run homer by Diogen Ceballos has MCC back within 4. Brumbaugh's first pitch hits the outside corner for a strike. Brumbaugh in 2 1/3. He's at a 3.86 ERA, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Slow breaking ball goes down. The count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. He misses inside, 2-1. Two balls and a strike on Gassner. And Brumbaugh's delivery will miss up, 3-1. Brumbaugh's only walked 1 hitter. Kind of a tight strike zone. And he'll miss up and in for ball 4. The leadoff walk to Gassner.
No batting.
And that'll bring up Monti. Monti has driven in a run on a sac fly, grounded to third twice. There's a good breaking ball that splits the plate. 0-1 on Monti. That one away. McKay, nice stop. Thought about the snap throw to first, but just delivers it back to the pitcher. 1 ball, 1 strike on Monti. That'll miss just in. 2-1. And he swings through a breaking ball for strike 2. Well, Brumbaugh evens the count at 2-2. Looking for his first strikeout. Monti has struck out 24 times. He has not struck out today. And now he has, so he swings and misses. Pretty good looking breaking ball. He looked a little more comfortable pitching to the right-handed hitter than he did when he was pitching to Gassner, a lefty. Well, Rodriguez will stand in with one away here in the 7th. That's a 9-inning game between these two teams this afternoon. There's another pretty breaking ball. Brumbaugh seems to have been able to find some confidence. Same pitch, and it's fouled off, right side. Salato's going to have a long look. Will be out of play. Head in the count at 0-2, Halligan. He started 0 for 2, and then he's doubled and singled in his last 2 at-bats. He's on deck. Rodriguez has walked, reached on an error, and grounded to short. Here's the 0-2. Missed down and away with a fastball. Count is 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. And that pitch, the breaking ball, fades to the outside, and the count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the dirt, McKay knocks it down, and it's gone full at 3-2. Rodriguez has walked 16 times. Now 17, and he struck out 17 times. Brumbaugh walked Gassner, struck out Monti. Now he's gone full on Rodriguez, and he walks him. So 2 walks in the inning. And for the Tigers today, they've walked.
Number 4, Austin Halligan.
They walked 8 by my count. As Halligan will step in. With 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Halligan has doubled and singled in his last 2 trips to the plate. That pitch will miss in. The count is 1-0. There's a good fastball in the outside corner. Evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Got ahead of Rodriguez and then nibbled too much. Wound up walking him. 1 ball, 1 strike on Halligan with 1 out. There's a good pitch, but must have been just off the plate. A pretty good spot. Hasn't really given that outside corner most of the day, though. Leading from first base, Rodriguez. Second base, Gassner. And taking inside is Halligan, and it's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike on Austin Halligan. Brumbaugh trying to fight back here. He misses low, ball 4. Just too many walks for Tiger pitching here today. Bases loaded.
Number 5, Brandon Diaz.
Now the big bat's starting to come up with Diaz hit the plate. He's 1 for 4. He's popped up in foul territory to first, grounded to second, singled, and grounded to short. 10-6 is the score. Iowa Central with the lead, and now they have the bases loaded. When he's able to get that breaking ball to do what he wants, looks pretty good. He just hasn't been able to do it except for on Monti. He really worked Monti over. But the other batters that he's faced, he just had trouble throwing strikes. Same spot, same result. And the count is 0-2 on Franulin Diaz as Brumbaugh trying to come all the way back here. He loaded the bases with 1 out. See if he can get this out. Try and get Boys and get out of this jam. Here's the 0-2. It'll miss away. Gets away from McKay, but not far enough. And the count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brumbaugh is ahead of Diaz. Can he find the pitch to finish him off? Checks the runners, comes with the pitch. Line towards the center field gap. That's through for a hit. 2 runs are going to score. Throw comes into third. It's offline. Going into second is Diaz. That's a 2-run single. And the 2 runs MCC got back have been got back by Iowa Central. Halligan goes all the way to third base. Diaz to second. That was just a bullet up the middle. For a second there, I thought Mieses might dive for it. But he couldn't. Didn't think he'd have a shot at it. Now the Tigers got to get Boys here. They have any thoughts of trying to come back in this game. 12-6. On deck is Aracena. He just homered an inning ago. A 2-run shot. And then Boys hits it right back up the middle. Magnuson dives, gets to stop, throw to first, not in time. A great stop by Magnuson. Just couldn't get to his feet in time to throw out Boys. He runs pretty well. For Nick Boys, he's had an RBI in each of the last 3 innings. Halligan scores. Diaz to third, and Aracena will bat with a 13-6 ball game. You got to be careful with this guy. He got a hanging pitch the last time and did not miss it. So 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Runners leading from first and third. And a good fastball in the inner half. 0-1 count. Aracena's hit 8 home runs. He's driven in 43. There's a good breaking ball. It had the knees bending on Aracena. He's thrown some of those this inning. Just the walks to load the bases. And the single by Diaz to score 2. Then Boys with a single to score 1. And he struck him out looking. So he freezes him with a fastball. Good pitch by Brumbaugh. 2 away, and that'll bring up Felix Martinez. He's walked twice, homered, and lined out to center.
Number 13, Felix Martinez.
The Tigers with 2 outs here in the 7th. There goes the runner. Martinez swinging on the pitch. That's through for a hit. Now heading for third. Barrett dropped it. And Boyce is in the third base. Scoring is Diaz. Martinez singles in a run. To third base goes Boyce. He was hitting. That was a hit and run. And it's 14-6.
No batting. Number 10, Jared Rankin.
That'll bring up Jared Rankin. As Iowa Central's bats have just come alive these last few innings. 4 now in the 6th and 7th. So 12 runs in these last 3 innings, or last 4 innings. And Rankin, the 9th batter of the inning. Not much you can do when they're putting the ball in play, and fortunately it's not going at a Tiger infielder or fielder. But you get yourself in trouble with the walks, and then it becomes a really extended inning. 14-6 is the score with the Tritons on top. That'll miss away. Gassner led off the inning with a walk. It's a 3-0 count here on Rankin. Brumbaugh just hasn't been able to throw enough strikes this inning. Here's the 3-0. That's in there for a strike. Sometimes when you don't get a close pitch, it can mess with you mentally. Here's the 3-1. That's in the dirt, ball 4. The Rankin walks. And the Tigers will make another pitching change. New pitcher on for MCC is Bailey Ogborn. This is his first appearance of the season. Bases loaded for Dylan Gassner. This is second at bat of the inning. He led off the inning with a walk. Now he'll bat again off Ogborn. Got a little sidearm to him. He misses away, ball 1. So 1-0 on Gassner. Two outs here in the 7th, 14-6. That ball's hammered to right, but it's well foul. One ball, one strike. Ogborn trying to get Gassner here, get out of the inning, and see if MCC can get something going at the plate. Iowa Central's out hit the Tigers 10-9. It's popped up. Short left field. Barrett will have a play. He'll make it and out of the inning. So good job by Ogborn. As we'll take a break on the Tiger Sports Network. It'll be Max McKay to lead off the Tigers half of the 7th. This is first at bat today. He came in at catcher for Tony Salado, who went to first base and replaced Brock Hopwood. 14-6. Iowa Central with the lead as their offense really got going in the 4th inning. They scored 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th, and 4 in the 7th. As the Tigers will try and mount a rally here. MCC has gotten hits. They have left a lot of runners stranded, though, as well. They've stranded 8. And it's 3-0 on McKay to lead off this inning. 3-0 count on Max McKay. I'll take a strike on the inside corner. Really, the difference maker has been Reinhardt. Brunell could only go 2 1/3. And since Reinhardt came in, he really only allowed the 2-run homer to Ceballos. 3-1 pitch coming for McKay. He drives one to left. That's through for a base hit. So McKay with a nice swing and a single to start the 7th. That'll bring up Adam Barrett.
No batting. Number 9, Adam Barrett.
Barrett has singled in a run, ground to the 3rd, and popped out to 3rd. Reinhardt coming to the plate, and that'll miss low. 1-0 on Barrett. McKay with a good lead at first. Reinhardt coming with the pitch. Barrett ground ball, third baseline. That's a fair ball down in the corner. McKay takes a wide turn and will hold at second base. So Adam Barrett's second hit of the game. Second straight game with 2 hits for Barrett. That'll bring up Magnuson. He singled into right center his last time.
Number 1, John Magnuson.
Hit a hard line drive right over the second baseman's head. Now he'll stand in. Trying to get his second hit of the day. Also reached on an error and struck out. They'll take down and away for ball 1. So 1-0 count on Magnuson. He drives this one to center field, but it's going to be a routine play for Martinez, and there's one away. One down, that'll bring up Hanks. He singled, reached on an error, and flew out to left. Now Hanks will stand in. Tigers with runners on first and second. McKay singled, then Barrett singled. Magnuson pops out. Now Hanks with Mieses in the on-deck circle. Hanks swings and drives one to deep left field. Back goes Halligan, still going back. It's off the top of the fence. 1 run will score. To third base goes Barrett, and into second with an RBI double is Caleb Hanks. He just missed a 3-run homer. Scoring from second base is McKay. Barrett goes to third, and it's 14-7. So Mieses with a chance to drive in 2 more with a hit. That's Hank's second hit of the day. He's been on base 3 of the 4 times. And for Caleb, that's his 4th double. Mieses fouls it straight back to the screen. Caleb now with 10 RBIs. The 0-1 on Mieses. They'll miss away. Only 1 out in the inning. Tigers trying to crawl back into this. It's been a wild game. 14-7. Iowa Central with the lead. But MCC just chipping away. 2 balls and a strike. On deck would be Tony Salato, and then after him, Luis Duran. I'm guessing this could be Reinhardt's last batter if he doesn't get me ace. And he jams him. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A 2-2 on me ace. One out here in the 7th. And he takes just inside. That's the pitch that he's been calling balls. A good eye by me ace. Here's the payoff pitch. And it's lined back through the middle. That's a base hit. 1 run will score. Hanks is held at third. And an RBI single for me ace. Now Jose's third hit. His second RBI. He's also scored a run. And that'll bring up Tony Salato.
Now batting, number 18.
And 13 hits for the Tigers. You wonder if Reinhardt might be done, and that appears to be the case. 14-8. Iowa Central leading MCC, but the Tigers mounting a rally here in the 7th on the Tiger Sports Network. Tony Salato will hit with 1 out and a runner on first and third. Hanks down at third and Mieses at first. The new pitcher is Sam Kornstad. He's got a 9.00 ERA in 9 innings. The lefty takes over and he spots a breaking ball with strike 1. Kornstad's got a 2-0 record, 11 appearances, 14 hits, 15 runs, 6 strikeouts, 10 walks. On deck, Luis Duran as MCC with 2 runs already in, an RBI double by Hanks and an RBI single for Mieses. And a balk has been called on the pitcher, so coming in to score will be Hanks on the balk. And going to second, Mieses, and it's 14-9. A 0-1 count on Salato. He drives one to right, but it's foul. He's behind an account at 0-2. Mieses down at second after the balk. Hanks scored on the balk. Salato back through the box. That's through for a hit. Mieses rounding third. He'll score. And it's 14-10 as the Tigers fighting back here. Another RBI single. Salato's second RBI single of the day. Bertoni, he's now driven in 35. And now Duran could make this a 2-run ball game if he gets the right pitch. This has been kind of a wild game, a lot of runs. 14-10, Iowa Central holding on by 4. Duran takes a strike. Luis has walked, singled, popped out to center, and popped out to third. Salato with a good lead at first. Ground ball to second. And it's kicked away. Monti missed it. And an E4. So now Ceballos will hit. He just hit a 2-run homer an inning ago.
Now batting, number 28, Johan Ceballos.
Still only 1 out in the inning, and MCC just 1 base runner from bringing the tying run to the plate. 0-1 count. Cornstead is allowed a hit. He did get a ground ball from Duran, but the fourth error on Iowa Central. Ceballos swings through that pitch. He's behind in the count at 0-2. He was behind 1-2 in the sixth inning and hammered a home run. On deck is Eldridge. He pops this one up, but it's going to be out of play. There's the pitch, popped up again, and that's going to be out of play as well. Hornstead way ahead at 0-2. Reinhardt got ahead of Ceballos 1-2. Tried the high fastball, and he hammered it over the left field fence. What's going to happen here? One out in the inning. Tigers leading from first and second. And he strikes out swinging on a changeup. Ceballos down on strikes. He gets out for the first time here today. That's the second out of the inning. Now Carter Eldridge will bat. Chance to drive in another run here.
Now batting, number 30, Carter Eldridge.
He is the ninth man to come to the plate for the Tigers. He takes low and in, ball one. On deck, Max McKay started this inning with a single. And Adam Barrett singled. And Eldridge fouls it off the catcher. MCC has scored 4 this inning. RBI double from Hanks, RBI single from Ace, and an RBI single from Salado. Hanks actually scored on the balk. 1 ball, 1 strike on Eldridge. Takes away 2-1. It was a 14-6 game entering this inning. MCC already with 4 in. And Eldridge foul tip into the glove. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 with 2 outs. Salado down on second. Duran at first. And Eldridge fouls it off again. Eldridge staying alive. He's walked, struck out, and grounded to third. He pinch hit in the third inning for Rosauer. There's the 2-2. He struck him out swinging. Same pitch he got Ceballos on. And the 7th inning comes to an end. But the Tigers do damage. 4 runs. They trail 14-10 as we head to the 8th on the Tiger Sports Network. Welcome back to Shawn Williams Field. We start the 8th inning. It'll be Nolan Monti as we start the 8th. Bailey Ogborn back for continued relief work. It'll be Monti, Rodriguez, and Halligan. That's in there for a strike. A good start for Ogborn. Monti struck out in the 7th. Aracena struck out in the 7th and ahead at 0-2. Well, this is Ogborn's first outing, but he looks pretty good for the Tigers. He'll just miss away. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Halligan. And on Monti, excuse me. He struck him out swinging. So one away to start the eighth. A good start for Ogborn. MCC scored 4
Number 27, Rodney Rodriguez.
to cut the lead to 4. So they're still within Grand Slam range. They can just get the pitching settled down. There's time to come back and win this thing. As Rodriguez will bat, he's walked twice, reached on an error, and grounded to short. And that's a little low. A 1-0 count. And that'll miss away, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out here in the eighth. Nearly hit him, 3-0. Now Ogborn, after a good strikeout of Monti, has gone 3-0 on Rodriguez. And he'll miss low, ball 4. So he walks Rodriguez after the strikeout.
Now batting, number 4, Austin Halligan.
And that'll bring up Halligan. Halligan has reached base his last 3 at bats. He doubled, walked, and singled, and he's scored every single time he's reached. Ogborn will miss inside a ball. Now out to discuss with his pitcher is McKay. One ball, no strikes. So 5 straight balls thrown by Ogborn. Rodriguez leading from first. The throw over, back safely. One 0 count. Ogborn with a long look in. He'll miss away, ball 2. Those 6 straight balls out of the strike zone. You got to think Halligan's probably taken all the way. He looked pretty good throwing strikes to Monti. He even threw strikes to Gassner when he came in. Now he just can't find the strike zone. Those 7 straight wide ones. 3-0 count on Halligan. Diaz on deck. He's already delivered a 2-run single. There's 1 out in the inning. And he misses away, ball 4. And it looks like the Tigers will be going to the bullpen.